Hey Brian, I'm excited that you're going to be doing something with the Makey Makey with your students and science. So I wanted to give you an overview of what you need to do to be able to record sounds and have them play by using both Scratch and the Makey Makey. So the first thing that I would ask you to do is to open Scratch, and if it asks you to perform any updates, to go ahead and do those updates, install those updates, and reopen the application. I haven't used Scratch on this particular computer very much, and I was asked to run an update, and it's usually a pretty good idea. Once you've done that, the next thing that you should do is get out your Makey Makey and connect the red USB cable to your computer. On a PC, it will sometimes take it a second for the computer to install any sort of drivers to be able to recognize the Makey Makey. On most of the Macs, I think it happens pretty quickly, so you shouldn't have to wait too long. You'll know it's powered on and working when you see the red light right here. And so this is on and working. Once you've done that, I would connect two alligator clips. The first one would be to the ground or the earth pad down here. You can use any one of these right here. It really doesn't matter. I just chose the first one. All of those will ground your Makey Makey and your different circuit parts. I also have an alligator clip, a blue one, coming out of the space key. For now, just start off with the space key, and there are a couple reasons why. Don't start out with the click key or the arrow keys. I think it'll be easiest for you to begin with the space key. So I've got the USB hooked to the computer. I've got a black alligator clip coming out of one of the earth pads, and then I have a blue alligator clip coming out of my space pad on my Makey Makey. When you complete a circuit through touching the blue alligator clip and the black alligator clip, the Makey Makey, whatever alligator clip is selected, will form a circuit, and it will act exactly like pressing that particular key on the keyboard on your computer. So I have space wired up, so when I complete the circuit between my ground and my blue space key, it will act just like the space key on my computer. What we then have to do is come into Scratch, and we have to tell the Makey Makey what to do or what to trigger when these particular arrow keys, space key, and click key are actually pressed. Your screen may look a little bit more like this. So you've got these categories right up here of different blocks that you can do. And all we're going to do is add scripts and blocks to this one sprite over here. The first block that I'm going to add, if you come up to Events, I'm going to drag over when space key is pressed. This is going to be the thing that is triggering whatever recording I want to play. It's set the way I want it, but if I wanted to change it, I would click this little drop-down menu, and I can choose other keys. Now, if you'll recall, the up, down, left, and right, did I get that right? Yep. Arrow pads are all listed right here. The click key you have to code a little bit different, and I'll show you how to do that. So right now I'm going to keep it on space, and so that means when space key is pressed, something needs to happen. And what I want to happen is for the Makey Makey to play a sound. So I'm going to come over to Sound, and I'm going to choose, I could either choose this one or this one. I'm going to choose Play Sound until Done. Yours probably will look like Play Sound Meow until Done. But I've already made some recordings as I was testing this out, and so you saw something different. You saw Seed. Now, when I want to go and make a recording, and change this from meow, because really when I trigger the Makey Makey, or when I press the keypad, I don't want it to meow. I want it to say something. Right now it's meowing. So I'm going to change that, and this is how I'm going to go about doing that. I'm going to choose this drop-down arrow, and then I'm going to choose Record. It's going to bring up the Sounds tab, and this is where you can go ahead and record a new sound. You've got Record, Stop, and Play right here. So I'm going to record, I'm going to kind of make this up. Flowers come in many different sizes, and each one grows in a different way. So I made my recording. You can see the waveform right here. If I want to trim this up, I can come in and just select by clicking and holding and dragging to get that blue box, and then I can delete that part. So I'll probably delete that so it starts a little bit sooner. And then I'll come down here, and I might trim up and delete this end. So I'm going to click and hold. I'm going to choose Edit, Delete. And so now I have a pretty good waveform. I'm going to rename this and name it Flowers, just so it's something easy to recognize. And I just clicked away, and it automatically saved it right down here as Flowers. If I want to listen to it, just click play. Flowers come in many different sizes, and each one grows in a different way. So it sounds good to me. So I've got my new recording right here, and I have a couple others that I made before. I'm going to come back to Scripts, which is the block encoding area. Now, instead of choosing Play Sound, meow, I'm going to choose Play Flowers, because that's what I want to hear. So now if I take my Makey Makey, and I've got my blue alligator clip to my space and my black one to my ground, I'm going to hold the ground. Flowers come in many different sizes, and each one grows in a different way. So I can keep flowers come in many different sizes, and each one grows in a different way. So that's one. That's the space key. I'm going to show you one of the arrows, and then you can kind of follow the pattern. So I'm going to choose the up arrow, and I'm just going to take a yellow alligator clip it on right there. Still keeping my black ground. I don't need to add another one. Now I'm going to come back over to Scratch, and I'm going to come back to Events, and I'm going to drag over this one when space key is pressed. But now I'm going to change it to when up arrow is pressed. I'm going to go to Sound. I'm going to choose Play Sound. I don't want it to play the same sound, so I'll probably record something new. And I'll go to this drop-down list, and I'll choose Record. Let me think of something to say. Flowers are usually pollinated by bees. So I stopped it, and now I already know I'm going to delete some of this. So I'm going to delete the beginning. I'll probably delete from here out. Now I'm going to listen to it. Flowers are usually pollinated by bees. Sounds good to me. Need to rename it. I'll rename this one Bees. And click out. So I've renamed it. I'm going to come back to Scripts. And right here for when up arrow, I'm going to choose Bees. And now I've got my Makey Makey, and now I have two alligator clips. So I'm going to hold both of those with my left hand. I'm going to ground with my right hand. And so if I touch the blue one, flowers come in many different sizes, and each one grows in a different way. And now if I touch the yellow one, Flowers are usually pollinated by bees. So you get the idea. And what you would want to do, kind of like we taught today, is maybe have a space on the poster where you clip this alligator clip to a brad, and what the people see is press and hold this copper brad to power the circuits, and then you have each one of these that are mapped to different parts of the Makey Makey connected to other brads. That's how I would do it. The click key is a little bit different. To code the click key, and I've already done it, this is what you need to do. You'll need to get a when green flag clicked, and you get that by coming over to events and dragging that out. You need a forever, and forevers are in control right here. You'll need an if then right there, and this mouse down is a sensing block, and that's really how it knows. It's almost like saying when the left click on your mouse is pressed, or that is pressed. And so it's in sensing, and it's right down here. I've got a play sound, and I'm going to keep this at seed because that's one I recorded before. And then you have to have a wait until, which is right here. This not is an operator, and so you find it right over here. And then it's another mouse down, so you would come back to sensing and drag the mouse down. This is essentially how you would do it, and then to change the sound, you would come and do a new recording. I'm going to choose C just because I already have it. Let me connect another alligator clip. I'm going to do white. So now I've got white. And for this one, to get it to start, I actually have to come over and hit the green flag. Most flowers grow from seed. And so if I grab my ground, so I got my black ground, and if I touch this, most flowers grow from seed. It triggers it. Most flowers grow from seed. And so that's how you do this one right here. Most flowers grow from. I would go and follow the pattern for the down, right, and left keys for this, and that will fill out your 6. I also noticed on the back, and I hadn't ever looked at it, you've got pins, header pin areas to actually map additional keys. And it looks like you can map additional keys, but I haven't played around with that. I could play around with it if you wanted me to. And that's just about that. It's kind of a long video. Let me know if you have questions. See ya. Bye-bye.